Sarah.
And I'm David. We're talking about Survivor. We've got a couple of weeks.
We do. We missed you guys last week.
I was out of town, sorry.
His fault. So we've got 2 to catch up on.
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago was right after Michael played the idol bomb at Tribal.
That big Michael just trying to save the day.
Yeah,
trying to get the target on Bradley. Did not work out.
Didn't work. But
so
they come back to the tribe and he's kind of like dejected, like, oh man.
Sure, like, hello, I just put even a bigger target on my back.
Yeah, and you know, people from that old Navidi tribe are like, props to you, like, good job, you're playing the game. But like, you can tell that they're kind of like, okay, you are not who I thought you were.
Right. Every time they mention he's only 18, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I forget.
I forget because
he's good.
He does not look 18.
No.
Like, he looks like a grown man.
Yeah.
So then they go to a reward challenge, right?
Yes. They go to this reward challenge where Chris it involves throwing.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, don't even try.
He's like a baseball all-star or something.
So Navidi wins that very easily. They get coffee and pastries.
Yes, right.
Which again, I say this every year. Don't give me coffee when I've lived off of rice and seafood.
Yeah. That doesn't
coffee
seem like
would just make me so sick.
Yeah. So then they get to send someone to Ghost Island, and again, they agree to go to Rocks, and Stephanie gets sent to Ghost Island on Rocks.
Stephanie goes to Ghost Island. I'm like, yes, it is time for someone to play, and I'm ready for it to be Stephanie.
Yes, right. But no game.
No, that did not happen.
She doesn't get to do anything.
She sits there and she's like, well, this stinks. Well, the coffee, it brings back memories or whatever it was. Donathan says it's the coffee, but he's going through some things, remembering his family, missing his family. And we learn a little bit more about that he takes care of his grandma and that his mom's not well.
And Laurel's being very sweet and listening to him. And then Chris kind of overhears Donathan missing his family, and so he sees a game move. And
he's got similar sort of background.
Missing his mom, we've seen that already.
Sick, and so they sort of bond and have this sort of conversation, although it seemed like it was mostly Chris just telling his story.
For sure, yeah.
But when you're Donathan hearing someone who has a similar story, it feels better than feeling like you're alone on this island.
Absolutely. Right.
So they had that moment.
Yes. And then they go to the immunity challenge, which is like a crazy boogie board underwater. Like Desiree's completely submerged underwater at one point, being drugged back, and then they have to do the Ghost Island puzzle.
And Navidi wins.
Again.
Of course.
Malolo just can't win anything.
Cannot win.
No matter who is on that tribe.
Yeah.
They can't win.
And so here we are back with our 5-strong alliance.
Yeah.
And, you know, which one are they going to pick off next?
Right. And the 3, it's 5 versus 3 now. And the 3 are not bonding together at all to like try to make something happen.
Like,
it's every man or woman for himself.
You think, oh, I just think we just need this one vote. Like, what can we do? But now 5 to 3, you're like, we got nothing.
Yeah, you
Nobody
just have to
has an
try.
idol or advantage.
You just have to try to take the target off of yourself, right?
So that's what they all do individually.
So Jenna's going to Sebastian, and then the other...
She's flirting, that's her tactic.
Yeah, exactly. Which... you know, it's a game move.
Absolutely.
It's a way to play the game.
Absolutely.
And then Stephanie and Michael both go to Bradley.
Because he's the one in charge.
That's right.
So they go to the one in charge. And we see different conversations. So we first see them saying, well, we need to break up the 2 girls. Let's get rid of Jenna. And then other people are like, well, Jenna's not, I don't even know if she's playing the game. Stephanie is the stronger of the females.
She's more of a threat.
Take out Stephanie. Then Bradley's like, Michael's the one that like almost screwed us. He's the one that should go. So they're just like, whatever, it's whoever we want. Who do we want? Let's pick.
And they're also a little bit paranoid because they don't know if Stephanie got an advantage on Ghost Island. So Desiree ends up going through Stephanie's bag, doesn't find anything.
Does everyone go through everyone's bag?
I know.
They don't usually show that to us, but I was like, rude.
I was like, wow,
But also, it's a game, so I'd probably go through
people's If you left an idol in your bag, then...
oh, that would have been so dumb.
Yeah.
Obviously, she would have taken it with her.
For sure. So we go to Tribal, and we don't really know which way it's going to go, and each of these 3 tribe members get a moment at Tribal to sort of plead their case, and, you know, Stephanie's playing for her kids, and
Jeff's like, why are you here?
Yeah,
and they get these heartfelt moments, which was nice, because you know one of them's leaving. And we don't know which one they picked. But it sure doesn't take long. As soon as you see one vote to one person on that 3.
Ooh, it's just like a guillotine. Like, boom, that first vote for Stephanie, you just knew that she was gone.
And she just
had in her
saw
hands.
it in her face,
Yeah.
And that was it for Stephanie, who I've been rooting for.
I know. I thought she was really smart and seemed to know the game really well, but she's just a victim of an unfortunate tribe swap, and she ended up on the bottom.
Right, and she is a good player, so why wouldn't you get rid of someone who's strategic and smart?
Yeah.
I get it.
So she's gone.
Bummer.
Yeah.
And also, this just whole 5 strong is just boring to watch.
Right.
And obviously CBS thought so because they switch it up the next week.
Yeah, right away we get a tribe swap. They're going from 2 to 3 tribes, and there's
3 tribes.
People.
Yes, that's even better, CBS. Thank you.
Yes.
So drop your buffs at the top of this week, and they get the surprise of 3 tribes now, and that 5 strong group, who, by the way, I mean, it's boring for us to watch this, but also none of them stood out as like anyone. They're not getting packages. Like editing's not showing us anything about that 5.
No.
So not only is that boring, but they seem to be boring.
Right, exactly.
The only person we know about is Bradley, and that's just because he's kind of evil.
Yeah, right. Anyway, they mix everything up, and again, it ends up that there's 3 original Navidis and 2 original Malolos on every tribe. So now the Malolos are in the minority again.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. But I kind of love this 3rd new team.
Yeah.
Yanuya.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's right.
It has the 3 strongest players.
Absolutely.
Chris, Wendell, and Sebastian.
Yeah.
They have shown the most strength.
Absolutely.
Those 3.
And Laurel and Libby are no slouches.
Absolutely. And Laurel is aligned with Wendell. Libby is somewhat aligned with Sebastian. So I just think that that's like a team made in heaven right there.
Absolutely. So then we do not get a reward challenge because we've got the tribal swap. So we just go back to the camps and everybody's strategizing.
Which means we also didn't get a Ghost Island.
Right.
Which I didn't even notice. You pointed that out.
Yes,
but
no Ghost Island this week.
Kind of weird. That's what the show is called.
I know,
Survivor Ghost Island.
Yeah, that's the point of it. So we go back, and Bradley, of course, is just thrilled to be back at
you guys!
Luxury camp.
He was slumming it over there. And now he's back at his 4-star accommodation.
Right. And I'm just like rolling my eyes even harder, like, oh my God.
Oh, he is too much.
Yeah, and they're also the tribe who gets the coffee, right? Because there's some leftover coffee at that camp.
Yes.
So they're just living
Flying
life,
high.
you know? Then at the new tribe, Chris is like the new Debbie. He can do a little bit of everything. Laurel's talking about how she used to play volleyball, and Chris is like, oh yeah, I played volleyball once and we won the whole tournament. And like, he just...
I love that they finally gave us this package because we were like, why do people like Dom more than Chris?
Yeah.
Because to us, Dom was the one.
Yeah.
But now we get it.
We get it.
Chris is annoying. Won't stop talking about himself. That's the worst.
He's the best.
Oh, and it's a big secret he's a model.
Yeah. And Laurel's like, oh wow, you model.
She's like, I'm shocked.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Oh, I still kind of adore Chris, but I totally would be annoyed with that as well.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then what happens at the 3rd camp? Oh, Angela is sort of a swing vote on that tribe now because she was backstabbed by Navidi.
Well, so it's Desiree and Kellen that are from that 5 strong that are just like obsessed with sticking together. So they feel like, oh, we've got Angela who's been away from us for a while, but she was originally with us. And Angela's like, let me tell you a story.
Yeah, right. Navidi blindsided me and James saved me.
Yeah. And they're like, ooh, well, how does this work?
Yeah, they're like, we didn't do that to you, so Navidi's strong.
So that one's a little iffy. And that's got Michael and James together. And Michael's just like, oh my God, I'm just trying to stay in this game.
Yeah. So then they go to the immunity challenge.
Yes.
And
so now obviously we're going to have 2 teams win immunity.
Yes.
And this is one of those blindfolding ones, which has got to be just so difficult.
Oh my gosh. And people are, I was like, Desiree's going to permanently lose her voice.
Yeah,
she is screaming at the top of her lungs.
So loud.
Great strategy because her voice was very distinct, and it worked because her team gets through the blindfolded part, the like guiding through the course part first.
To get their bags, and your caller is leading 2 groups, which is even more complicated.
Yes.
So we have Desiree calling, we have Wendell calling, and Dom calling.
Yes.
And it seemed like Dom's group couldn't quite hear him.
Yeah.
Because he was like yelling and yelling, and they were like, is he yelling at us?
Right, yeah.
They're like, is he saying my name? Like,
Yeah.
they couldn't hear him.
Yeah, so they're a little bit behind.
Yeah.
And so Malolo, this tribe that Desiree is on, they get to the puzzle part of the challenge first.
But she has to now tell them how to solve the puzzle while they're still blindfolded. And that takes skill. That's different than like yelling backwards, forward, fast,
totally.
left.
Yeah.
You know?
And it takes very clear communication. You have to be clear, like, who you're speaking to, exactly what you're telling them to do, with what they're holding. Like, they can't see what side they're showing on these pieces. You know, you've got to be very meticulous about your direction.
Wendell's tribe, the new tribe, is up, I think, second, but he forgot a bag, so he has to run back. So they're falling behind, and then Dom's team is up there. So they're all doing their puzzle, but because Desiree is having such a difficult time, and for some reason Wendell was just like, he was like counterclockwise, flip it to the left. Like, he was so specific with every single thing he said. And then you noticed
Chris was just holding pieces ready for Sebastian, and Sebastian was the only one doing the puzzle.
Which makes so much sense.
Makes so much sense, because there's only one set of hands actually doing the puzzle, and then Chris just has a piece at the ready, you know, when it's time. So I think the problem for Malolo was there were two people trying to do the puzzle together. Right. And there's just too many opportunities. And Desiree's just like, flip it, left, turn it, there,
and they're like,
who are you talking to? I'm doing my best.
There? I literally can't say. So the new team wins first, and then Dom's team right behind them.
And Malolo is cursed, and they lose again.
Of course.
So they're going to tribal.
So in a normal situation, you would go, Desiree failed us on this.
Yeah.
She would be the target.
And she does kind of feel that. She's like, ooh, I might be in trouble this week. I gotta like do some work here.
Right. And because they don't know where Angela's gonna go.
Absolutely.
But technically they still say they're 3 strong, and Desiree's like, well, it's either me or one of them. So like, which one are we choosing? They want James out. That's what they come up with. And so, you know, Angela's in on that conversation, but then
James talks to Angela, and he's saying, oh, you know, like, I understand, like, I might be on the chopping block, but remember, like, we kind of have a thing. Like, he's doing his best to, like, say that he's somehow bonded with Angela.
I think he did a great job. Like, it made sense to me. He's like, I'm loyal to you, Angela. Like, I'd love to have you work with me and Michael.
I would never leave you out of anything.
Yeah. And he's like, we're going to Des, you know, obviously not her. Right. And so we're sort of left with, we don't know where Angela's going to go.
Yeah, but it's either James or Desiree, right? Yeah. So then we go to tribal, and the conversation is basically about, you know, Malolo doesn't want to keep losing, so do they keep the brute strength on their tribe? Or, like, the merge is coming soon, is it better to have long-term relationships, like loyalty to original Navidi? You know, like, those are the...
Kellen, like, what is her background? Because she is die-hard.
Yes.
My team. She's the one that didn't play at Ghost Island because she didn't want to let down her team with, like, losing a vote. Like, out of my mind doesn't make sense. I get Angela because she has that military background, and she kind of explained more of, like, she felt that loss of community after the military, and then her daughter went to college, and, like, she's just trying to find some sense of family or community. But I don't, what is deal with Kellen?
I don't know. She is just, like, she will take that Navidi alliance to her grave.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I can't wait for her to get voted out and be like, well, where did it get ya? Yeah. But she's going to make it far, so what am I saying?
Yeah, right. So then they vote, and James is voted out. And again, Michael must have gotten clued in on it, because Michael voted for James. James is the only one who voted for Desiree. So here we are, another original Malolo gone. I think this season only one original Navidi has gone home.
Is that true?
Let us know, because I'm pretty sure Morgan is the only one.
Is there that many Navidi left?
Yeah.
My gosh, that really is going to make a big difference at the merge.
Oh, absolutely. They're just going to keep picking off the remaining Malolos once they get to the merge, and that's why I think Angela stayed with Desiree and Kellen, because she realized, like, I gotta show them that I'm still loyal to this group so that they don't target me when the merge happens.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like we said, it's a little boring to watch, but it might lead to some excitement at the merge.
Absolutely. Once that alliance explodes, I feel like it's gonna be a big explosion.
Yeah.
And, like, all bets are off.
For sure. And I'm kind of excited to see this new tribe just win everything.
Yeah.
I feel like, and maybe that makes bonds with like Sebastian and Laurel and Libby, like, I don't know, brings them in more.
Yeah.
I don't know, I kind of dig that try.
Yeah.
We forgot to mention that Chris and Dom are separated for the first time this entire
Dom was thrilled.
season. Dom is like, for once I can sleep
I
at
can
night.
let my hair down. Yeah. But which I was like, you better keep your guard up, Dom.
Yeah,
like,
well,
don't get comfortable because that's when you were going to go home. But they were just so happy to be out of each other's hair for at least a few nights.
Yeah, and Chris was too. He was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty funny that finally those two could get a break from each other. What'd you guys think? Who are you rooting for? Were you sad that Stephanie and James, we lost them?
Yes, let us know and we'll see you guys next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye.